2026, a gym owner wants to do one thing different with their content strategy. What is the one thing a gym owner can do to move the needle the most in their organic content marketing?
The one thing is authenticity. So authenticity, in my eyes, is like, let's see what's actually going on in the gym. This could be anything from, something super popular right now are like those Yap videos. I'm sure you've seen them. They're called Yap Talks.
Dude, I'm not I don't do TikTok. I'm very, I'm on Instagram and that's pretty much it.
So you have a text hook up on the top, something visual. Somebody can see that might be slight rage bait. It might trigger somebody, might make them feel a certain way. And then in your video, you have to have the verbal hook within the 2 seconds. And from there, 30, 45 seconds. Explaining it.
So authenticity is the one lever, one thing that's going to move the needle the most. So I'm here with Matt Simmons, owner of Simmons Media, as well as Westchester Studios, where we're at here in Westchester recording. It's a dope podcast studio, and they do a great job. I've worked with you since, 2022? 23?
Yeah, 2021, I think we started.
And you've grown to become, Matt's grown to become like the content guy for gyms on the East Coast and even further than the East Coast. So I think a really cool thing to talk about today would be what's working now in organic content creation. Whether somebody wants to take it on their own, which is probably not the highest leverage set of things that a gym owner could be doing, or they want to hire somebody like you. What would you be doing for somebody? And that's kind of what I want to give and take away from this episode is what's working now in 2026 with content? You said Yap videos.
Yeah, that's one of them. One of the things. So I think last time we did one of these podcasts, it was also about organic social, but we ran that split test between two of your gyms to see the performance on paid ads and stuff like that. But it's kind of crazy because that was, about a year ago at this point?
Over a year ago. Yeah, probably about maybe 18 months ago. So just for a recap, I do have a whole episode on it, but we wanted to do a split test because everyone talks about organic content. And I'm like, I come from the direct response marketing world where it's like everything is measurable. If I put $1 into an ad, I can see exactly how many leads come from that, how many people buy. Everything is there's a measurable outcome. Content, organic content, that's the hardest selling point. Is they're you just kind of have to hope that it works. So I was like, all right, we want to split test this. Let's take Matt Simmons goes to one of my gyms and we have just our regular other person runs their own content, normal stuff, and see the results. And pretty much every single metric grew exponentially when we had a professional content team. So that kind of smoked out the issue, does content work? Now let's get a little more granular on what is working with content.
Exactly. And even then, to that point, what worked then is different than what's working right now. So to start, first thing, I would always say is you got to know your target audience. Who are you talking to? Do you have that well-developed client avatar? What are their pain points? What's their lifestyle habits? What are their goals? You got to know who you're talking to. That's the number one thing.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Do you have a method for figuring that out or something somebody could do? Is there an app? Is there a prompt? Is there something that somebody could do to be they probably work with these people all the time, but how would somebody go about identifying that and then being able to build something around that?
Sure. Yeah. So we have a questionnaire in our onboarding form about that, but really I would utilize that to your advantage to figure out your target audience. Your members better than anybody else. Talk to AI about it, have it spit it right back out to you. That's, probably the easiest and most easiest barrier of entry way to do it right now.
All right. So know your audience.
Yep. Next up, be a local celebrity if you can. So get out in the community. You don't have to just film at the gym. This is something we just did for Westchester Studios 2 days ago.
Yeah.
We shot it in the studio, but we were talking about local content. So we did a video where it's blind ranked these 5 Westchester celebrities.
Yeah.
And, part of the idea is we knew it was going to do well just because it was hyper local. Everybody has an opinion on who should be on that list, who shouldn't be, how you pronounce people's last names. But it worked, and I think in one day it's had 150,000 views.
Wow.
Just overnight.
So that is again, speaking to the local audience, so we can really tie these two ideas together. So your target market.
Yep.
Right? So our target market is Westchester. My target market is Westchester locals.
Yeah.
They care about the community. They care about the people here. So you created a piece of content that was, the nature of it was, consider this like the hook was you stumble across that video. You want to see what names are coming up.
Yep.
So that's like really what piques your interest. And it's probably a little polarizing because maybe they're going to mention a name that, you disagree with, or maybe you would learn something. So I think just that hook is really cool thing. And again, it speaks to your target market, which are just people in Westchester that like Westchester, care about Westchester.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's kind of one of those things too. It's like we knew it would do well just in Westchester, which is really what we're going for. Like we don't care if people in Alabama or like India like the video. We want just Westchester people to see content.
This is why I wanted to do this episode, because again, everyone knows you got to do content. You got to do content. The thing that I think is hard for a gym owner is like, how do we make sure that this is going to work locally? Because we could have a video go viral.
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything. It's not going to do shit for my business that is within this town, because all my views are coming from all over the country. So is there anything, I love that content. Obviously it worked.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that, like, I don't know if you want to give away your trade secrets, but anything else that like comes to mind with like, how do you make stuff that can go, like another guy in the industry calls it 5 mile famous, like getting 5 mile famous?
Yeah. I mean, really you just have to get out, see what are people caring about, what's relevant right now. Like another one we did just for an example is, what was it? Summer's coming up. So we were like, we're a media company. What is a hidden photography gem in Westchester?
Yeah.
And it was like a local park that doesn't get too much, crowds at it or anything like that. And people were commenting like their local spots, stuff like that. Yeah. I think the key here is like, it doesn't just have to be like how to do push-ups. Like it can be community based. And then from there, they already know you, like the people viewing it already know it's a gym posting it. So from there, if they like the video, they're going to give it a follow, and then they're going to see your normal content after that as well. Yeah,
I love it because that's a really good point. It doesn't have to be just gym content, because our target market isn't gym. I'm talking gym target. Target markets, they're not usually consuming gym content before they join your gym. They're usually consuming content that is like best places to eat in town, best cocktail deals in town, the stuff that got them into a position where they may not love the way that their body looks and feels, and they may feel kind of crappy. Like that's the stuff these people are targeting. It's the old, I remember when Facebook ads originally came out, and you could target like interests and target pages. Like I want to target people that like these things. And the biggest mistake people were making was they were like, I want to target everyone that follows Lululemon and Athleta and all these like fitness brands. And I'm like, your target market isn't wearing that stuff yet, right? If you're running a front end offer, you're capturing them at the top of the funnel. They're not there yet. You got to get them there.
Exactly.
But that's not where your audience is looking.
Exactly.
So I really like that. Again, as a fitness professional, like just making how to do 5 more push-up videos is probably not speaking to the audience that you need to speak to.
Exactly. Yeah. And one other like little thing we did in that one specific video about like the Westchester celebs that this will work. And I mean, if this isn't your thing, don't do it. But there was a little bit of like rage bait set up in the video where if you're from Westchester, I mean, if you're not, you probably know Bam from like the Jackass movies. Bam who? But in the video that we did, like
he's Westchester. Just so anybody listening, Bam Margera is from Westchester. CKY started in Westchester. Jackass kind of originated from Westchester.
Yeah, so he was one of those 5 people on the list. We might have pronounced the last name wrong. Maybe it was intentional, maybe it wasn't. But the comments let us know. We have, I mean, there's probably like hundreds of comments at this point, just like Bam who?
Yeah.
Bam who? But something like that, it'll get you engagement. Engagement is engagement at the end of the day. They still liked it and commented. So
the strategy is there's a thing in psychology called the urge to correct the record. And people have this like crazy urge to correct something that they see that is false. That's why you see like people fight on Instagram and Facebook all the time. So if you can manufacture that, that's likely to do really well, especially with like, I don't know, I guess people really care about Bam Margera and want it to be known that his name is Margera and not Margella. But How else could you recreate that in other markets?
Yeah, well, I mean,
what other ways could you do that?
This just makes me think of another video we did for a client out on Long Island. He was doing like protein sources and ranking them out of 10. And it wasn't even anything like crazy. I think it was like tofu, like 0 out of 10.
That's a rage bait. Yeah.
Yeah. Just different things like that where it's just, it doesn't have to be like, oh, I'm potentially just going to get people like really mad at this, but it's just something where you have a slight opinion on it and people can have a differing opinion. They're just going to share their opinions.
Listen, you're hitting on a really good point, which is like, nobody wants nuanced, balanced opinions. That's why Donald Trump has blown up. Is like he is incredibly polarizing. He speaks with incredible conviction, whether you want to believe it or not. That's why he was so effective. Like the question I like to ask, and this is maybe a little tangent, is like, do you remember any of Hillary Clinton's policies?
Not
I know you're a political guy, but do you remember like what she stood for?
Like basic
on immigration.
Probably the opposite of Trump.
But it's like it's like, well, it's nuanced. Like there's this path and this path. What did Trump stand for on immigration?
I mean, it was pretty clear. He wanted a wall.
Build the wall.
Yeah.
Right.
Had the slogan.
Again, not to go on a political route, but it does say a lot about like the way people receive messaging. People like things that have what's called a low cognitive load. The less they have to think about it and the less things they have to take apart and like figure out and think through themselves, we are like designed to oversimplify. Our brains don't want to expend the energy. It's like an adaptation thing. So again, having a really clear opinion is going to piss people off and people are going to like it. And that's like the perfect recipe for going viral, I guess.
Yeah. Something you said too also kind of makes me think of another, thing that's working right now on social media. It's just doubling down on your brand identity. Yeah. So like even going back to like Trump, how many times did he say build the wall? Like countless, probably every single speech.
Yeah.
You could do the same thing on your social media with your branding. So like Little Jim Big Heart's another one.
Yeah.
Like you can use that repeatedly until people start saying it back to you.
Right.
The key points you want to get across, utilize them in your social media copy until your members are thinking the exact same way and saying the exact same language as you.
Yeah, I love that. So if you have a tagline or if you have like a stance, another thing, and we could talk about Trump because I think one of the things he's done is create messaging that sticks with people. He did something. I've been trying to find a place to talk about this because I can't figure out how to translate it really well, but I think it goes well here. Trump makes up words that it creates what's called, they call it a thought terminating cliche. So recently he posted something because obviously the economy is not looking all that hot. Gas prices are super high. Food prices are really high. People are pissed. He posted something, don't be a panickin'. Did you see this?
No.
He made up a word, panickin'. And what this does is it dumbs down. Basically, it anybody that's concerned, he creates a title for something that is like a negative, like that sounds like a very negative connotation. He creates an identity around something that's incredibly nuanced and something that people have thoughts on. It's like, oh, what are you, a panickin'? Like, what are you, a loser? You're worried about gas prices when I'm doing all these things?
Right.
But he made that word up, and it's what's called a thought terminating cliche. Because where somebody was like doing all the mental gymnastics of like, well, gas prices are really high and food prices are really high and this and that, and I don't think I like what's going on. He can just simplify it to one word, and he's like, what are you, a panickin'? And they're like, no, I'm not. What, that sounds terrible. Like, no, that's not me. I'm like MAGA or whatever. So on the like tagline thing, like you can use things like that in your content, I would imagine, to create a similar identity and create a similar thing.
For sure. I mean, I don't know if I would call your members or potential members panicins, but you definitely can make that work. Another thing too that we're seeing work right now really well is it's nothing new, but testimonials. But specifically when the members accept the collab on the testimonial.
Yeah.
That's the key. Like testimonials are great, obviously. But when your members actually accept the collab, this isn't anything crazy, but like they
accept the collab, you mean on Instagram?
On Instagram, Facebook, whatever social platform is, because now it's going into their network as well. So from something that maybe your current members and people who already had a little bit of interest in you, like your current following, might have just seen, now their friends, their cousins, their brother, sister, kids, whoever are all now seeing that testimonial, and that's just an easy way for a friend to start asking, like a question. Oh, I saw like how good you're doing. Like it starts a conversation about their success that they're having in your gym already.
How do you see testimonial videos working on social?
Yeah, so that's one right there is testimonials. People don't want to hear it necessarily always from the owner of the business.
But do you see those videos doing well on those platforms?
Yeah, the interaction is really the best part, especially when they get the collaborations. We're seeing an uptick in comments, reshares, all that kind of stuff. People put it on the stories like, oh, did you see Susan go?
Yeah.
Like, stuff like that. That's really the kicker with testimonials right now, too.
All right, cool. What else are you seeing work really well?
Yeah, so kind of coming back to authenticity, just letting people see what it's really like inside the gym. So like mic'd up coaches, mic'd up members.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Add some humor too. A lot of times.
Probably just some editing that needs to happen on that.
Yeah.
Beep out some stuff on the mic'd up members.
For sure. But a lot of times it's just really good heart. It sees like exactly what it is like in your session. Like it's not BS. It's not overly produced. Like it is literally was a session.
Yeah.
And now it's just online.
Okay. Are there certain is that all the content that you think is working best? Like you got yapping, you got content testimonials, you got hyper-local, like intrigue kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there's another form of content that's working, but kind of working in a different way. And we talked about this a little bit ago, but like the FAQ style questions, just getting it out there so you can be on, the top of like the AI search engines.
Yeah.
Put it on your website, put it on YouTube because it'll live forever.
Yeah. So my understanding with that, and we talked about them. One of my favorite books is They Ask You Answer by a guy named Marcus Sheridan. Mm-hmm. He came up in like the blog, like SEO world. It got really big, and he re-released the book with the AEO, which is the Answer Engine Optimization.
Yep.
And it's essentially what's going to optimize for AI searches. So if somebody's like, "What's the best gym in Westchester?" on ChatGPT or Claude, they're going to say, Gage Strength Training posted this article about what's, so you're basically positioning your stuff in front of what people are searching on these search engines. And, instead of like long tail keywords, you're creating content that answers that very specific question. So, I mean, the book details like these are the types of questions they ask, like, where can I find a personal trainer in Westchester? How much does personal training cost in Westchester? What's the difference between personal training and group training in whatever?
Yeah.
So that's something that we're doing too.
Yeah, exactly. You hit it right. You hit the nail right on the head. It's working in a different way of just like views, reach, interactions, that kind of stuff. Is working in a whole nother dimension with AI coming up.
This is something that people struggle with. What are the like metrics that they should look for on their stuff to know if something's working?
Yeah. Well, obviously you want people to watch it. So watch time would be like the number two thing I would say, analytic wise to check. The other thing too is something we always do like for all of our clients is any content we create, we're also putting up on the story with a link to wherever. It could be to a landing page, your website, a blog, the whole, whatever the link is. We just want to see our people actually resonating with this and going forward and wanting to learn more. So that's probably the number one thing. Obviously, like views, reach, all that's great. But those are the top two I'd say to like really keep an eye out for.
Is there like if you take on a work with a gym, I guess it varies, but if a gym wants to start, how would they start measuring this? Are there like certain, like, hey, for your content, you want to get like this number of views, this would be a great goal, or is it completely just?
It's pretty different for everybody because like if you're a pretty new account, you have like 5 followers, like it's going to be different than an account that's been around 10 years, has 20,000 or whatever that may be. Obviously, when we start, we just want to make sure everything's going in the green to start, and then we can kind of create those benchmark numbers that we can track from there.
Okay. Yeah, and I imagine you would benchmark it like you just said, like what has your content been doing the last 30, 60, 90 days? And then you set a growth goal based on that. So let's get granular about it. Well, let me ask one more question before that. Are there like apps or websites? Like I know there's things that's like what's trending right now and you can just like steal those content types. Are there places that people can go and be like, ooh, this, because you see everyone do the same fucking videos. Everyone does the same, like there's one that's going around where the guy's like throwing the ball on his head and then he falls over. Have you guys done that one?
I don't know. We might have.
It's not stupid. Sure. I think it's the dumbest content ever. Every gym is doing it. It's a guy or a girl that like the caption is no, 4 hours of sleep doesn't affect me.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
them
yeah,
like
yeah.
hitting the ball in their head,
Yup.
and then it's really like they hit their head on a kettlebell and they pass out.
Yeah. No, I've seen that plenty.
Where do people, aside from just seeing it on your grid and you're like, I'm going to replicate that, is there a place people can go and be like, I want to know what's going viral today, and I'm just going to copy that whole style and just recreate it for my own thing? Is there a place that people can go for that?
To my knowledge, anything like that may have been what was trending about 7 to 10 days ago.
Got it.
And it's not currently. The best way, I mean, at least we've seen to get in front of the trends is like if you see something once, just do it. Like do it right away. We now put out like a series on Instagram where it's like, here are the things we are seeing trending right now.
Oh, yeah?
Yo, we just started doing that on Instagram.
Where can they find that?
On our Instagram, Simmons.media.
Simmons.media. So, all right, cool. So just follow you guys and you keep up with the trends
we'll
for
keep
them.
you updated.
That's the benefit of working with professionals. So, all right, let's like listeners, if somebody's like, all right, organic content, we're going to like really take some swings here. What are they going to do in their first month of like, I'm going to make content? What exactly are they going to do? If you took over the account, what are you doing for them? And then what would you tell them they could do and try to figure it out on their own?
Yeah, I mean, it's actually more simple than you might think. Like the first thing we just want to know, who are you talking to? Like who do you want to talk to in your social media? And this could be if they're doing it, if we're doing it, really whoever. We just want to have that baseline.
Yeah.
Know who you're talking to. What is your unique angle? So like we have a client again in Long Island. He does like 30-minute workouts. That's his thing. 30-minute workouts. So
you want to shout him out? Who is it?
Oh, it's AB Fitness.
All right, AB.
Yeah, he's the man. But knowing exactly what you do and who you want to offer to, those are the first two. And then the next one's just set a realistic goal. So if you're not doing content at all, maybe it's just 3 posts a week. Do it for 90 days. If it's something you like, bump it up to 5. If it fits in your schedule, you have the capacity for it, bump it up to 7. If you don't, if you hate it, if you don't have the time for it, that's when you could reach out to somebody like us. But those really be the first 3 things I would say to anybody to get started doing it.
But let's get even more specific.
Yeah.
So, and again, trade secrets here.
All right.
If you took over an account and I'm like, hey, here's the keys.
Yeah.
I just make it grow.
Yeah.
How much content are you capturing? What styles are you capturing? Yeah. And then what's the release schedule look like? Like, let's get really fucking.
Okay.
How many posts a day? Yeah. Is it post, story? Yeah. Like, where are we going here?
All right. Well, first off, we would do an onboarding call where like I could learn about your business because I would want to make sure it's a good fit for us and for you. But then from there, once we know the target audience, everything like that, if it's up to me, we're posting every day. At least once a day.
Once a day?
At least once a day.
Okay.
Maybe
it's up to you. You got the keys.
Okay. If I have the full keys, we're posting 2-3 times a day and just testing as many different styles as we can in the beginning. So that first month, 2 months, 3 months, we test everything we can think of. We see what's working. And then from there, we could dial it back to 1 post a day. But if you know it's going to work.
Where are you getting the content? So are we doing a batch filming day? Yeah. Is it like, how are we going to gather the content? And then what categories of content are you gathering?
Sure. So it's going to be a mix of both. The best way we could do it right now is if you have, us come on site for like a 4 or 5 hour shoot, we could film sessions, get all the B-roll photos of, actual training sessions going on. We can mic up a coach, we get testimonials, we get talking heads, all these different things we can get on the content shoot. But then we're also going to supplement that with those like Yap style videos like we talked about. Right. Some more local content, you maybe going to a coffee shop in the area, different things like that where we can tie in the community, we tie in the members, and we're hitting those different content styles on there.
Yeah. Now with those Yap style videos, would you provide the prompts and like how much would you provide for that?
Yeah. So if that's something you'd want us to take on, we definitely can.
Yeah.
We could have the hooks and everything laid out for you. But if it's something, you're passionate about too, feel free. That's the beauty about the Yaps is that you really just need the text hook and the verbal hook in the first 2 seconds. And then if you can lock that in, you got it.
So we're probably going out of order here, but explain the text hook and verbal. Like what would a Yap that somebody could do today look like?
Yeah. All right. Let's think of something. Let's think of something. Maybe we'll film it later. Let's see. What's going on in Westchester right now?
I don't know. They're shutting down the streets for the summer nights, like the summer outdoor dining stuff. And that's a big deal.
Perfect. Let's use that. What's something super attention grabbing we can use as that text hook?
You tell me, man. I don't know.
So something about the street. I can't believe Westchester would do this. something like that gets my attention.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm local here. I'm definitely going to watch that video. Westchester just made this new announcement. That combined with the text hook, you got it. You're going to be good.
All right. So just topical stuff that's a yap.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. There's cool. Not too much of a science behind it, but they are working right now. It's because they're real.
Yeah. Okay. All right, cool. So you're gathering all this content. What is like the Matt Simmons? You got the keys to the Instagram. What's the posting schedule exactly going to look like?
Yeah. So if we're posting 2 times a day, times truthfully don't matter. If we are posting twice a day, I'd probably do one in the morning, one in the afternoon, just so they're not like back-to-back posting. But then from there, we're putting everything on the story. We're linking everything, tracking to see.
So everything also goes on the story?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, everything. With a link, so then we could just see are people clicking through? Do they want to learn more? Yeah.
Okay.
That's the post.
What about the breakdown between like video, carousels, static images? Are you seeing anything there, or is it just the content matters the most?
Well, obviously the content matters the most, but carousels are working pretty well right now, especially video carousels. I know we had talked about that previously before, but video carousels are really doing numbers right now. So if you have, you can start with like a graphic as the first page. If you have a really strong hook on that and then swipe and it's like each point is a different clip in the carousel.
Got it.
Those are working well.
And you just have to clip the video 3 different times if there's 3 points. Got it. All right, cool. Well, is there anything else that you think is working really well that's worth covering here? I mean, that's kind of end to end. Like this sounds like somebody could really see some results with this.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, the one thing I would say to not try to do right away, especially like if you're just getting started, is and you have a brick and mortar gym, is to go like don't try to go viral right away. Yeah. I would much rather a post that gets 1,000 views, but they're all local versus like 100,000, but they're global. So that's just something I would say there.
So I would say be careful of some of these. I get all these ads for we'll make you go viral, 1 million views in your first 30 days, or you don't pay. Yeah. And it's like that shit. They're probably just they're marketing to like the worldwide audience. Sure. So if you have a local brick and mortar, not going to be conducive. Yeah. For it. It's going to look cool, but it's probably not going to help you grow.
For sure.
Where do you see this? And this is the last question I have for you. Where do you see the money hitting the bank from content? Yeah. Like how do we take, all right, cool. We got 20,000 local views or whatever. Yeah. How does somebody turn that into dollars?
Yeah. So that's a great question. And it's something we kind of answered in the previous podcast. There's a couple of different ways you can go about it. One is obviously it'll help your ads, which then in the long run makes you more money or spend less money.
Yeah, because now they're in your account, they see your ads more, and your cost per lead is probably going to go down. Exactly.
The other one too is you could always throw in a free offer. So have a call to action. If 20,000 local people see your video and you have an offer on it, I'd be a betting man to say at least one person's going to take you up on that. Yeah. So if you can get the local traction, put some good call to actions, but not every post because you don't want it to come across too salesy. Yeah. I'd say that every 1 out of every 4 posts, put a call to action on now. Link everything in the story.
Are you seeing the social selling and sell by DM working with this type of content?
Yeah. So like with ManyChats and stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah. So we have ManyChats set up. I would recommend it. Okay. Anytime you get a new follow, it'll just shoot them a message right away.
All right. Sweet. So. Cool. Well, Matt Simmons, what would you like to tell somebody listening that might be, maybe they hear this and they feel overwhelmed? Sure. Maybe they feel like they're not ready to do it all on their own and they want to bring somebody like you on. I think all my listeners are probably clients of yours anyway, but anybody that's not working with you, do you have like an offer or way that they could work with you?
Yeah. So I wasn't sure if I wanted to do this or not, but let's just do it. I've never offered anything like this before, but if anybody's listening to this podcast right now, and you email me, matt@simmonsmedia.co, just .co, and you mention that you found us from Devin's podcast, we'll get you your first month for just $199. We've never offered anything like that before.
Pretty good deal, guys. Yeah. Pretty good deal. So I highly recommend working with them. We worked with them across all of our locations, and this podcast, we not every single episode, but a lot of episodes they do with us, the good looking ones, the good sounding episodes we do here. So thanks a lot, man. This is awesome.
Cool. Thank you.
All right. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like this content, make sure that you like and subscribe to get more of the content that you want to see about growing your fitness business. You can click any of the videos here to see other episodes, but I want to hear from you. So drop some comments into other content that you would like to see.